Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here and we're playing F1 2020. We're doing some preseason testing. That's what I'm going to call this video. Just us driving around Bahrain. Alright. In our Red Bull here. Just doing some laps. This car seems so small. Every time I play this game I would just look at the Red Bull and I'm like, damn, that car's small. Like, compared to the other ones, like, you're pretty much a lot of the cars you either race against or just, like, who you, you know, the car you have to use in your own, like, team is just a normal size. So I would just look at this and I'm like, that is a very, very small car. So here we go, though. We're doing preseason testing to sort of, like, you know, do a few laps of Bahrain, just talk about the new season coming up, you know, that type of thing. Which I'm quite excited for the new season. Of course, a few different changes to the calendar already at the time of recording this. We already got Imola on the calendar and China already basically off the calendar, so that's kind of wild. Australia towards the end now, and the first race taking place in Bahrain. So they're going to test there instead of testing in Spain. I made a little bit of a mistake in that corner there. Obviously getting onto the little bit of the curb there, and you spin very, very easily on that corner for some reason on this track. Took the Alex Albon line there. So you can now get to race my personal best, which is what I just did a second ago. It's my personal best at Bahrain. For some reason, I'm just struggling with this. All of a sudden. Of course, my personal best here at this track does involve a spin, so you never know. But as you guys know, I'm a fan of Red Bull. That's my team. So I'm quite excited about Sergio Perez being on the team. I think that he's going to be a great addition, and I think that Red Bull should at least be able to compete in some way with Mercedes for more wins and maybe be up there for the championship. That car looked good at the end of the season, as long as it wasn't all just down to Mercedes having the car just, you know, be slower. If that was genuinely like Red Bull actually being there, which you don't know. Maybe Mercedes was just saying it and Red Bull actually finally caught him a little bit, but I think Perez being there will give them at least a fighting chance against Mercedes. I think that Red Bull need to have some way that they can compete. You know, Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly were not getting that car. As much as I like Alex Albon, I think he's got potential, and I think Pierre Gasly also has potential. Of course, winning at Monza, like he's got potential to be a very good driver. Both of them do, but they didn't perform well in the Red Bull, so I think Perez also now being a race winner, racing in worse equipment, doing pretty well throughout his career. Like, there's potential. So I'm hopeful that we can see an actual solid championship fight, Red Bull versus Mercedes, and not just Mercedes walking away with it. So hopefully, again, Red Bull can also set off with a solid start and not just be behind in the car like they've been over the years. And I think that starting with a car that's basically the 2020 car with a few changes should be beneficial to Red Bull, because it doesn't necessarily mean that if they kept developing to the end of the season that it was a bad thing. Like previously, you know, if you kept developing to the end of the season, you kind of had a problem. But now you can keep developing with that car, like the 2020 car. You could keep developing all the way until the end of the season, and most of that stuff is going to carry over unless you're developing the floor. That's going to get cut a little bit, and some of like the other little aerodynamic bits are going to be taken off. But in general, I believe it's 60-70% of the car that's going to carry over, so that's higher than normal. You can tell my laps are getting a little better here. With a purple sector. My best first sector, and then I threw it just by slightly hitting the edge there. Time trials, they do not mess around with you hitting the curb, like, at all. I didn't even think that I really went over the line there, but they're like, invalid time, sorry. As you can see these laps here, I'm finally like throwing in faster and faster laps. I'm very excited about that. Come on. Use that curb to advantage. If you can get on that curb right, you can definitely go fast. But if you do that curb wrong, you're spinning out. I've only spun it once in this session so far. It's pretty good. Of course, there's no need to go get new tires or new front wings if you take damage, because you're not going to have to worry about that. Of course, if you want to do good in time trials in F1, there's a few things you got to do that I'm not doing. You got to have all your settings off, pretty much. You have to be like just driving the car. No like assistance for anything, which I do have on. You don't want that on, because you have it on, it does slow your car slightly, so you can't get the max out of it. The other thing you want to do is race a Mercedes. We can go look through the leaderboard in a second, and you will notice that pretty much every single car on that is a Mercedes. Maybe a pre-patch Ferrari in there, here or there, before the Ferrari got a little bit nerfed down to like 4th. You may get a little bit of that. Maybe a Red Bull here or there if somebody was able to do it just right, but typically it's just going to be a Mercedes. Whatever the fastest car in the game will be the fastest car to do a time trial with. Alright, here we go. One more lap, and then we'll look at the time trial. Time trial leaderboard and see how much of it's just Mercedes, 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 Mercedes down the whole list. Of course, I'm racing against my own time from 2 laps ago. We're clipping the curb just a little bit. Took away my fastest sector. So here we go. We are very, very close to that time. Of course, this lap time gets deleted or whatever because I clipped the curb just slightly. And the game's like, nope, that's cheating, sorry. Really lost a little bit to that section. Trying to catch up to myself here. Very, very close. It all comes down to how well I can hit this corner here. A little better than before, but then I went wide. I went just slightly wide and then didn't open DRS in time. Man, that sucked. Alright, so we're going to return to the garage. Of course, you can also mess with all your stuff here. End session. We'll upload my time. Personal best. So my 5 best laps were lap 4, 6, 5, 3, and 2. So pretty much everything besides lap 1. Lap 1 was not brilliant. That's when I spun. Lap 2, again, getting a feel for the car. Same with lap 3. Like the first 3 laps were just a feel out kind of lap. But lap 4 and 6 were very, very solid. Lap 4 was the one that we did really, really well through the first sector. Slightly clipped a curve, and there's a deleted lap time. And then we had the other laps. There, lap 6 right at the end, very, very close. If I didn't go wide in that last turn, I think I could have beat the time. Because I was ahead of it going in the last turn. So, that was that. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.